You're emphasising today that the Greens believe in rent control. It's a plan that the party's had for a while, but you want to sort of push that to the forward. But when you look at parts of the world where rents have been capped in that way, the evidence is really mixed. So why do you want to do it?
Well, it's about getting it right. And right now, people are really struggling. People who run small businesses, people who are unemployed, even people who run big businesses are really feeling the pinch. But one of the groups that's feeling it the most is renters. They're stuck between people who own their own house and people who have a council house. They're stuck in an overinflated market where landlords can often charge what they want. Now, there's 16 European countries that have brought in rent controls, and it has been successful. So I think the obvious thing to do here is to look at the evidence where it's not worked and not do that. Look at where it's worked and make sure we adopt a similar system.
But lots of landlords are struggling too. You know, a lot of landlords are not wealthy people. They might be people who've maybe saved up to get a small flat. Having a rental income from a flat is part of the money that they rely on.
Well, we need to make sure that we're protecting everyone, but ultimately, if you're a landlord, you are doing better than a renter. Now, if you're someone who owns one home, a lot of that money that you're making won't actually be on the rent. It'll be on the capital gains on the building that you own. But we have landlords that sometimes own dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of properties. And again, it's about the deep injustice between a very small group of people who own a very lot and then masses of people who own absolutely nothing.
But how would you actually make it work then? Because as you say, there's lots of places. If you look in the Netherlands, they've had severe rental shortages, which is often said to be as a result of controls on rent. Sweden's got extremely long waiting lists for rental properties, some of as long as 10 years, and there's been an increase in black market rental there. So what model are you looking at?
Well, the first thing is I think the mayors need to be given the powers for rent controls. Now, I sit as an elected member of the London Assembly, and Sadiq Khan, as London mayor, was calling for rent controls. But he said when we had a Labour government and a Labour mayor, that would be the difference this country needed. I don't know if people have noticed there hasn't been much difference, and where there has, things have got worse.
But in terms of your plan, then, you would not dictate rent controls. You would give the power to mayors to set rent controls if they wanted. That would be the way you would do it.
Exactly, based on local incomes, based on affordability, based on housing stock, because we need to build more houses too. I should say, though, if national government wanted to do this on a national level, I wouldn't oppose that either. Just someone needs to do that. And whether it comes at the most local level or the national level, that's a conversation I'm open to. But the problem that we need to fix is the spiraling rents that are getting more and more expensive.